So why is it that the empires of the future and the empires in the 21st century would be the empires which would be made over here in the mind? Let's try to figure it out, because this was one essay topic which came in the 2024 essay paper. Now we've also started one initiative whereby we are helping you brainstorm your mind. We have started an initiative जहां पे 2025 के टॉपिक बाय टॉपिक जो essay में questions आए थे वो हमने डिस्कस करे हैं. So there is a playlist by the name of UPSC 2025 essay. तो यहाँ पे जो 8 टॉपिक्स हैं 1 by 1 कवर्ड हैं. मैं अब 2024 के टॉपिक्स को 1 by 1 कवर कर रहा हूँ और इसको भी प्लेलिस्ट में हम डाल रहे हैं 2024 के एसे की प्लेलिस्ट में. नाउ मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, नाउ व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इज दैट आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू वन हुक इंट्रोडक्शन, one idea, one anecdote which can be your hook if you have to start writing the essay for the introduction, and one anecdote which is of course from the GS only, जो हमने general studies में पढ़ा है, for the body of the essay. Now this will help you to generate momentum for essay writing. All right, so this initiative is for those students जो अभी essay writing में momentum नहीं बना पा रहे हैं, कि ये ideas और examples के आप इनकी मदद लेके आप अपना essay का momentum बना सकते हैं. All right. नाउ सेक्शन ए में ये 4 टॉपिक्स थे, सेक्शन बी में ये 4 टॉपिक्स थे. मैं सेक्शन ए का सेकंड टॉपिक कर रहा हूं. ऑलरेडी सेक्शन ए का जो फर्स्ट टॉपिक है हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं लास्ट सैटरडे. नाउ अब इसमें हुक क्या डालेंगे, इंट्रोडक्शन में क्या डालेंगे. देखो, वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 के बाद दुनिया को इमेजिन किया गया था कि अमन शांति बनाने के लिए हमको ट्रीटीज, अलायंसेस ये सब बनाने पड़ेंगे एंड वील हैव टू इंश्योर कि आर्मीज का कम से कम इस्तेमाल किया जाए. अब ये तो आप भी जानते हैं कि ऐसा तो पॉसिबल नहीं है. हर एक देश को अपनी सिक्योरिटी को मैक्सिमाइज करने के लिए अपनी आर्मी को स्ट्रांग बनाना पड़ता है और जब जरूरत पड़े तो आर्मी को भी मोबिलाइज करना पड़ता है. लेकिन विंस्टन चर्चिल, जो कि अपना आप एक स्टेट्समैन थे, who was shaped by the era of gunpowder and empires, he visualized a different battlefield looming on the horizon. ये उनका कोट था. उन्होंने कहा था, the empires of the future will be the empires of the mind. So he anticipated that आने वाले टाइम में it would be a shift in the way how humans dominate each other. So it would not be only capturing of territories, it would be about capturing the ideas, it would be about capturing and controlling the narratives, it would be about using innovation, it would be about capturing the imagination. Now this statement is now echoing louder than ever. Now the maps of our age, they are redrawn by colonial powers or armed invasions. Now we have read about that in history. But now is the time of intellectual conquering. Now is the time of intellectual innovation. Now is the time of subjugating your enemy by ideological persuasion. Now is the time of dominating your enemy by more innovation, by psychological control, by cultural influence. So nations, they are competing with each other not only to grab more minerals, but also to grab more data, to grab more attention, also to gain more intellectual supremacy. Now, in a day and age jahan pe AI is writing the poetry, which means that AI is everywhere. AI is like what poetry was, 100 years back, that people, they used to write poems, in times of happiness, in times of sadness, in times of despair, in times of heartbreaks, everything. People used to write poetry. Now people are writing scripts, which is generating AI tools. Now, today is the time whereby algorithms are deciding and influencing your choices. Every time you open Instagram, every time you open Google, you have some or the other pop-up coming that buy this, buy that. वो चीज आपकी जो शर्ट है वो सेल पे है, 50% सेल पे है, ये आइटम आपको 60% सेल पे मिल रहा है. And this algorithm is always persuading you that so that you can end up making a choice. So algorithm is making your choices. Again, what is it? Empires of the mind. और आज के टाइम पे ideas they travel much faster and they end up rippling much more faster than the armies can match. So the real contestation today is not in geography, but over here in cognition, in development, and also in innovation. Mind has become the new frontier, and whosoever will shape it will own the future. So ये essay basically, अब ये thesis statement है that this essay will explore that many empires which are being built and fought over, they are fought because of innovation. They are fought because of changing narrative. They are being fought because of psychology. They are being fought because of, consciousness itself. So the empires are being built not only because some country has invaded some other country and acquired so much of territory. No, it is being driven by innovation. Power paradigms की बात करें तो body of the essay में एक anecdote यहाँ पे आता है कि empires, they have always been at their heart narrative projects. रोमन एम्पायर की बात करें, रोमन एम्पायर वाज हेल्ड टुगेदर नॉट मेरली बाय रोड्स एंड आर्मीज बट बाय द आइडिया ऑफ रोमन सिटीजनशिप एज अ शेयर्ड आइडेंटिटी. सिमिलरली ब्रिटिश एम्पायर ने जस्टिफाई करा अपने एक्सपेंशन को थ्रू द मिशन दैट इट इज व्हाइट मैन्स बर्डन, दैट वी हैव टू सिविलाइज ऑल द अदर कंट्रीज, ऑल द अदर लैंड्स जहां जहां पे हमने कॉलोनाइज करा है. So they were not brute conquest, but they were again cognitive frameworks. So these conquests were made in a way that the people, for example, the Britishers, when they had colonized, for example, India or for example, other parts of Asia or Africa, the people who were being colonized, we were being taught by the Britishers that look, you people are jahil, you people are uncivilized. और ये narrative हमारे mind में डाल दिया था कि हमको development, modernity, liberty, fraternity, ये सब values की समझ केवल Britishers से ही आएगी. So they basically not only colonized the territories, they not only colonized the land masses, but they also changed the perception of colonization as the whole process. In the modern world, paradigms which dominate our thinking, they are built not by emperors or not by colonizers, but by thinkers, scientists, economists, philosophers. For example, John Maynard Keynes. Now, his ideas on government intervention, like what happened? The Great Depression happened in the 1920s and the 30s. Now, John Maynard Keynes, he realized that look, if given a chance for capitalism to have a free hand, well, capitalism itself having a free hand will not be very conducive or not very positive for the masses. Because what we saw in the Great Depression, we wouldn't want to see that again. So therefore, in the wake of another crisis, in the wake of another economic crisis, whereby the capitalist system is failing, we would want government intervention. We would want fiscal intervention. So his theories revived economies after the Great Depression. And his theories, Keynesian economics, also shaped post-war Western prosperity. So his firm idea of fiscal intervention, of the intervention of the country, of social welfare model economics, that was an intellectual empire which is still very relevant till date. And still his ideas are followed by central banks and fiscal policies even today. When Karl Marx, when he wrote Das Kapital, he would not have imagined कि क्या global revolutions उसके बाद follow की जाएंगी. He never imagined कि people would end up becoming Marxist. He never imagined people would end up becoming communists. He never imagined that. It was just an idea. उनके mind में जो था, and that was an idea basically which was meant to oppose capitalism in scale and ambition. What happened? Let's take the example of the Cold War. तो Cold War का जो ideological conflict था, वो सिर्फ geopolitical conflict तो नहीं था ना कि मेरे पास इतने nuclear weapons है, आपके पास इतने हैं. It was a competition between two different ideologies. One was liberal democracy and capitalism, other was communism. The root cause of communism was in the writings of Das Kapital, but he never imagined that there would be something called as a Marxist or something called as, a communist model. He never imagined that. He never said people that become Marxist. It was only after his passing away people started adopting his ideology and became, ardent proponents of Karl Marx philosophy. So today the empires which are rising through paradigms, whether it's climate science, gender identity, quantum physics, AI. So understand one thing, now again these empires are rising because of ideas, right? We have seen in the past, अगर मैंने आपके साथ दो examples discuss करे हैं, जॉन मेनार्ड कीन्स के या कार्ल मार्क्स के, तो ये दोनों examples अपने हमें बता दें कि कितना इंपॉर्टेंट रोल आइडियोलॉजी प्ले करती है. और ये सब बातें हम बहुत पुरानी कर रहे हैं. मैं 20th सेंचुरी 18th सेंचुरी की बातें कर रहा हूँ, बट इन द 21st सेंचुरी द वेरी relevance of ideas and the very relevance of innovation is even more prevalent, and those who are shaping the paradigms, they are becoming emperors without the need of any crowns. So friends, ऐसे interesting anecdotes और examples हम अपने paid essay modules में भी discuss करते हैं. वीडियो कंटेंट होता है, essay evaluation होता है, weekly live sessions होते हैं, and along with that आपकी mentorship मेरे द्वारा की जाती है. And you also get a chance to write 8 essays and get them evaluated by me. Along with that, you get a lot of content as well. You get a lot of model essays as well. Approximately 50 essay के topics पे आपको model videos मिलते हैं और साथ में model content भी मिलता है. So friends, ये batch जो है हमारा चल रहा है. 4499 इसकी प्राइस है. आप इसको enroll करने के लिए हमारे टोल फ्री नंबर पे कॉल कीजिए. It's a very nominal, बहुत nominal फीस है, ज़्यादा फीस भी नहीं है. इतना तो यार आप कहीं बाहर जाते हैं तो अगर देखा जाए तो 4500 आपको सितंबर 2026 के एंड तक मिल रहा है. सो दिस इज लेस देन 500 to 600 रुपीज पर मंथ. एंड आई एम श्योर इससे कहीं गुना ज़्यादा तो आप बाहर कहीं जाते हैं पिज्ज़ा खाने, बर्गर खाने, कहीं पार्टी करने, उतना ही स्पेंड कर देते हैं। सो प्लीज़, एक बहुत लो कॉस्ट और एक बहुत इनोवेटिव कोर्स है हमारा एसए फाउंडेशन का, जहाँ पे हम बच्चों की बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेटेजिकली हेल्प करते हैं एसए के स्कोर को मैक्सिमाइज करने के लिए, एसए राइटिंग के फियर को ओवरकम करने के लिए, एंड खुद बच्चे अपने आप क्रिटिक बन जाते हैं अपने एसए का। दे गेट टू नो कि क्या उनके एसए में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है। दे बिकम वेरी वेरी शार्प एंड वेरी इनलाइटेंड टू नो दैट कहाँ पे वो गलतियां कर रहे हैं। Alright, so if you're struggling with any such thing, whether it's essay ka content, whether it's essay ki strategy, whether it's about presenting your essay, please do get in touch with us. Thank you so much.